Imagine a society attempting a complete transformation, where every aspect of daily life, from farming to family structure, was meticulously reorganized on a massive scale. It was a period of intense ideological fervor and ambition, aiming to fast-track a nation towards a radically different future. China implemented the People's Commune system rapidly and extensively, starting in 1958. This sweeping change was a core component of the ambitious Great Leap Forward, designed to collectivize both agriculture and small-scale industry. The ultimate goal was to reorganize rural society into vast, self-sufficient administrative and economic units, fundamentally altering the lives of hundreds of millions of people. The primary motivation behind the People's Communes was Chairman Mao Zedong's ambitious vision for a swift and direct transition to communism, aiming to bypass what he considered to be slower, traditional stages of development. Mao firmly believed that, by pooling immense resources and mobilizing labor on an unprecedented scale, China could dramatically increase both agricultural and industrial output. This approach was intended to accelerate the nation's economic progress and demonstrate the superiority of socialist organization. The system was designed to achieve a far more radical form of collectivization than the earlier agricultural producers' cooperatives, integrating almost every facet of rural existence. This included local administration, farming operations, small-scale industrial production, public education, healthcare, and even local defense. The communes were explicitly intended to create self-sufficient entities, which Mao hoped would foster a new kind of socialist citizen by deeply communalizing daily life and eroding traditional family structures. The implementation process was swift and largely top-down, driven by intense political pressure from the central government. It involved merging existing collective farms, which were previously known as agricultural producers' cooperatives, into much larger and more powerful commune units. Entire villages and townships were consolidated, often combining tens of thousands of households under a single administrative commune. Within these new structures, the concept of private ownership was virtually eliminated. Private plots of land, which had previously allowed peasants some personal cultivation, were abolished, and individual farming tools were collectivized for communal use. Daily life saw radical changes, with communal dining halls replacing individual family kitchens, intended to free up women for collective labor. Nurseries and kindergartens were also established for child care, further encouraging women's participation in the workforce. Labor itself was meticulously organized into hierarchical brigades and smaller teams, which were then mobilized for a wide array of activities, from routine farming to massive infrastructure projects like the construction of dams, irrigation canals, and roads. A particularly striking and unique aspect of this implementation was what was termed total communization, extending beyond just agriculture and industry to encompass virtually every aspect of daily existence. This meant that everything from food preparation to childcare was systematically moved outside the traditional family unit and into collective facilities. This radical restructuring also saw the enthusiastic, though ultimately disastrous, promotion of backyard furnaces. Peasants across the countryside were encouraged, often coerced, to smelt iron and steel using makeshift kilns and rudimentary methods, frequently using household items as fuel. This effort, while symbolizing a collective will for industrialization, often resulted in extremely low quality and usable materials. The sheer speed of this transformation was truly astonishing. Virtually all of rural China, home to hundreds of millions, was reorganized into communes within just a few months during the latter half of 1958. Ultimately, the ambitious implementation of the People's Commune system, though driven by a powerful desire for accelerated modernization and profound social transformation, had a complex and often devastating impact. It profoundly reshaped China's rural landscape and the daily lives of its enormous population. While conceived with utopian ideals to unleash productive forces and rapidly advance toward communism, the rapid, often coercive, nature of their establishment, coupled with unrealistic production targets and a severe lack of planning, led to immense hardships, widespread famine, and unforeseen catastrophic consequences for the Chinese people, ultimately contributing to one of the deadliest man-made disasters in history.